Hi, Book Dragons. Okay, so I am back to do my self-destruct TBR. I have done so poorly with my self-destruct TBR. So, I'm going to do a different take on my self-destruct TBR. I'm going to read books I actually want to read. Not books that have been on my TBR forever. Books that I actually want to read. And see how many I can read by December of next year. That is my goal. So yeah, let's get into it. I have Yumi and the Nightmare Painter by Brandon Sanderson. This is the fancy edition. I still have not read it. I really did like Trust of the Emerald Sea, and that is like very different from anything he's ever written, so I'm hoping that this is another one that will be a hit for me. These are a couple of the books that I got for free at Comic-Con, so I want to add them here so that I remember to read them. Academy of Liars by Alexis Henderson is one that I really do want to read. And then I also have a arc of Servant of the Earth by Sarah Holly that I got signed there too. This is her new series that has to do with fairies. So it just came out in November, but I got it at Comic-Con as an early copy. And then I have The Village Library Demon Hunting Society by C.M. Wanger. This is another book that was signed by the author, and I really do want to read it, but I just got it. So, I also want to prioritize Somewhere Behind the Sea by T.J. Klune. I do have an audio arc of this one as well, so if I do decide to listen to it, it will still count. And then I also had Inheritance of the Stars, which is one of my, my ALA books that I really want to get down and get my TBR down. So that is another thing that I'm really hoping will things. But I haven't heard a lot of people talk about this one, but it came out in October. And then the last book in this little stack is The Bright and Breaking Sea by Chloe Neal. This is a romantasy set on the sea that I really do want to read. I got this from Pango a couple of months back. So yeah, that is stack number 1. And now let's get into stack number 2. So I also, like, during this kind of hours I took off, I organized all my shelves. And I found some books that I forgot I had. So I'm going to toss them on here. I have Small Favors by Erin Hay Craig, which I really want to read. Heard really good things about this book, and I just haven't got around to it. And I have liked her other books. So I also really want to read Song of Flavor Flame Like Night by Abigail Hangwa. I also have the sequel, and I have her new book. I do not know where my dust jacket went. But I think this book was signed. Yeah, this book got signed by her as well. Sorry, my mom was showing me the dessert that I can have in a little bit. And then the other book, which I literally just got, another book by this author, the other web host, is Hotel Magnifique by Emily J. Taylor. This is way back. This is like a much older Owl Crate pick, but I still like this book, so I wanted to give it a chance. So those are 3 that I do want to read. They're YA fantasy, and again, I said in another video, I read YA fantasy a lot slower, but these are some old books that I do want to get around to. So now let's get into another stack. I'm assuming this is a stack so that for me in the editing it's a little bit easier, but I'll see you guys in a little bit. Hello. So the next little stack in this TBR are books connected to my TBR to Zero Arc Edition, which are mostly going to be focusing on Comic-Con and YALLFest books because they're a little bit shorter. But these are books that I would like to read before I go to ALA in June. So I have a little bit more room. So one is The Book Lovers Library. This is actually a Goodreads Choice Award finalist, so I might read it for a blog and just count it. Also Legend of White Snake by Shara Lee. I have read another book by her, Fake Dates and Mooncakes, and I really did like it, so I want to get in this book. This cover is so cute. Also, Under the Surface by Diana Rayburn is another one that I want to read. My library does have access to the audio as well, so if I do decide to read, I'll probably listen to it. Or when. A Fire in the Sky by Sophie Jordan is her first romantasy, I think. Yeah, a new. So I haven't read this book. I haven't read anything by her like in the fantasy links, but I'm intrigued. And then 2 Rick Riordan Presents books, It Waits in the Forest by Sarah Doss. This is about Caribbean mythology, and this is a YA book. And also The Dark Becomes Her by Judy I. Lin. This is another, like a YA horror novel. So those are all the books in that mini section, and then we're going to do the last bit. And then we're going to talk about what my goals for this list are, okay? Because we're going to have some goals this year. And the last books in my Self Destruct TBR are 2 newer additions to my TBR. The Phoenix Keeper by S.A. McLaren. This is a cozy fantasy, I think. I got it off of Pango. I really wanted the ARC, but I didn't get approved for that. So I bought the book from Pango, and I hope to read it soon. I also rebought myself a copy of Skander and the Phantom Rider because I don't know what happened to my copy, which is fine, but I do want to keep going with the series. I am a little bit behind. And then here are just some books that I honestly forgot that I had when I was reorganizing my shelves. I decided to just, you know, put them on a TBR I could actually see. So To Heaven to Heist by Sarah Dossi is one that I may try to get the audio for, but I do have a physical copy. Threadneedle by Kari Thomas. I think Brittany from Brittany Lips Reading read this and enjoyed it to a degree, so I may just wind up reading this, but it is chunky, so I will have to report back and see if I actually do read it. And then I have another Amy Goldstein on my immediate TBR, but Those We Drowned is her first book, so I might do like read this and then a new one, which one I prefer. And then a really old book that I have, like I got this so long ago it's signed, is The Safest Lies by Megan Miranda. And this is like such an old book, so I really do want to read it. So I have one more list that I'm going to share with you guys, but just know that I'm going to kind of make this a priority this year. I'm going to kind of add something to my TBR games that are going to help me read these lists and not forget about them. But yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow for one more official list. And then we're going to start diving into TBR content and like wrapping up 2024. Yes, I don't know what that's going to look like, but I do know that the next couple videos you will see are the second half of my This Is Always going to be that. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Let me know if you do make a self-destruct list and what is one book from this list you want to see me vlog, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.